Good evening. Tonight, we're taking a closer look at how the ongoing government shutdown is affecting Americans across the country. As of October 10, 2025, the U.S. government remains partially closed, with no clear end in sight. For many, this shutdown is more than a headline. It's disrupting daily life in ways both big and small, from morning routines to long-term plans. When Congress fails to pass funding, federal agencies halt operations, and hundreds of thousands of workers are furloughed without pay. National parks are closed, passport applications are delayed, and essential services are put on hold. Veteran services are disrupted, leaving those who served our country waiting for critical care and support. Small businesses seeking federal loans are left in limbo, unable to access the resources they need to keep their doors open or pay their employees. The shutdown's ripple effects are spreading, impacting families, local economies, and anyone relying on government services. Parents are forced to make tough choices, and communities feel the strain as uncertainty grows. The cause? A political standoff in the Senate, where a temporary funding bill is stalled amid heated debate and partisan disagreement. The House passed a continuing resolution to keep the government open, but the Senate can't agree on the terms, leaving the nation in a state of limbo. This isn't just about budgets, it's about political leverage, with both sides holding firm and refusing to compromise. For everyday Americans, it means uncertainty, missed paychecks, canceled plans, and delayed support. People are left wondering how long they can hold on. The longer the impasse, the greater the impact. Communities across the country are feeling the pressure as services remain unavailable and businesses struggle. What started as a political dispute is now a national problem, touching the lives of millions and eroding trust in government. Americans are left waiting for leaders to break the deadlock, hoping for a resolution that will restore stability and normalcy. The stakes are growing by the day, and the nation is watching closely, waiting for action that will bring this crisis to an end. At the heart of the shutdown is a clash between Senate Republicans and Democrats, each steadfast in their positions. Republicans, led by John Thune, want a clean funding bill to reopen the government, no strings attached, focusing solely on ending the shutdown. Democrats, led by Chuck Schumer, insist any funding bill must also extend expiring health insurance tax credits under the Affordable Care Act, ensuring continued coverage for millions. Republicans argue that policy debates should come after reopening the government, believing that immediate action is necessary to end the shutdown. Democrats see this as their best chance to protect healthcare subsidies for millions, viewing the shutdown as leverage to secure their demands. Both sides are dug in, each blaming the other for the impasse, with no clear resolution in sight. The result, a classic Washington standoff with the government and the public caught in the middle, feeling the impact of the political deadlock. Until one side budges, the shutdown continues, leaving uncertainty and frustration in its wake. The Senate's filibuster rule is one of the most powerful tools in American politics, shaping how laws are made and blocked in Congress. It's at the heart of the current deadlock, forcing both parties to negotiate or risk gridlock. To pass most major bills, the Senate needs 60 votes, a super majority, rather than a simple 51-vote majority. Right now, Republicans control the Senate, but they don't have the 60 votes required to break a Democratic filibuster and move legislation forward. Only a handful of Democrats have crossed party lines to support Republican bills. The vast majority are standing united, making compromise difficult. Some frustrated lawmakers urge Republicans to invoke the so-called nuclear option, a dramatic move to change Senate rules and eliminate the filibuster for funding bills. But GOP leaders resist, warning that such a step could permanently weaken the Senate's system of checks and balances and set a dangerous precedent. They understand that today's majority party could easily become tomorrow's minority, and the rules they change now could one day be used against them. So the filibuster endures, and with it, the legislative stalemate continues, leaving senators and the nation in a state of uncertainty. As neither side is willing to yield, the government shutdown drags on, affecting millions of Americans and highlighting the high stakes of Senate rules. The nuclear option has tempted both parties before. In 2013, Democrats used it to confirm most presidential nominees. In 2017, Republicans extended it to Supreme Court picks. Both moves fueled partisan tensions and eroded Senate norms. Recent attempts to eliminate the filibuster for legislation have failed, even within party lines. Senators now hesitate, knowing that weakening the filibuster could backfire when power shifts. Preserving it is seen as protecting the Senate's long-term balance, even if it means enduring short-term pain. The lesson rule changes solve today's crisis but can haunt tomorrow's leaders. As the shutdown drags on, frustration in Washington grows. Lawmakers clash publicly, deepening divisions and making compromise harder. The options are few. Democrats could break ranks, Republicans could concede, or both sides could negotiate a messy compromise. Most likely, mounting public pressure will force leaders back to the table. The outcome will shape the economy, federal workers' lives, and public trust in government. This shutdown is a stark reminder of how political gridlock affects everyone. The challenge: set aside partisanship and serve the nation. America waits for a resolution.